me, I'd just be like, what if I'm like a dickhead? And then I just that's my thing. I'm like, whatever, man.
What if
It's like some like my last pictures in when I was up there, like some of them were just like, what if I'm just a guy in the background? I don't say anything, nobody acknowledges me, and just every week I'm just in the background of someone else's thing. How like that's how low can you pitch? Like,
how about I mean, that's kind of depressing. Yeah.
yeah, couldn't even get that. I almost slipped it in once, phrasing. On Madison Square Garden show where Edge got stretched to the back, and they go past Gorilla where all the other wrestlers are watching concerned. I just put myself into that mob of people, and I'm like, I'm going to get on fucking TV. And I've looked at it back, and bloody Rick Boogs and his broad shoulders, that just the camera angle just cuts me off. I'm like, damn it.
So I'd love it if we started to look back in history and you were just always there for these pivotal moments.
That's what I pitched. That we go back to like WrestleMania 1 or like the moments when Danielson's everyone's in the ring and I'm just there.
Yeah,
I was just imagining like Hogan slamming Andre and we're just a picture of you in the front row. Yeah,
no, I'm his manager. I'm like there with Heenan, like what? And it was just, I don't know. It was good. Still, the product was good. There was stuff like there was good matching stuff, but like I really like now that they're throwing people out there and letting them sink or swim.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that's great. People should like. We do promo classes and presentations and stuff like that, and you see some really good character stuff, and then it would never make TV.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's where it needs to be tested in front of a TV audience.
Yeah,
and I'm like, this is still fine. Like we're working with Bray Wyatt and like all these top name people. Like it's cool. Like, and we were pitching like different looks, and I think they had mentioned they wanted masks, so we were pitching like. Different types of like just entrance masks or whatever that were very what was that game that was that hacking game, and there was like cool like demon masks and like things like there stuff like that, and like we all like had masks from different inspirations of things, but then obviously that's not what we were given, which I've trashed them before, and the guy who made the mask, I'm sorry, I've talked to him. He's a good guy. And it wasn't. Yeah, he showed me the initial design for the white mask, and it was like a plain white mask with the mouth bit, but then like metal coming across here, and then metal across the eyes, like little bits of wire. And it looked like a fucking Slipknot mask. And I've shown people, and like, oh yeah, that's scary. Like that, you can't put that on TV. That's
did you come up with the name Slapjack?
God no.
Right. What was your initial thought when you heard the name pitched?
That no one's going to know what this is.
What is it?
It's a little leather weapon.
Right. Okay.
So a mace, and like a mace is like a spray
and
thing,
and a T-bar.
Well,
right.
T-bar actually stands for that boy ain't right. So
right. Not, okay. Never mind. Then.
I guess he couldn't have been like crowbar or like
something. I was thinking
like,
a T-bar might be some kind of wrench or something. Or
I mean, there's a T-bar that changes the tire on. I think like tire iron would have been made more sense as a name.
There we go.
New WWE champion tire iron.
I think it's meant to be like anarchist weapons, like someone using mace and and then the girls' names were going to be Reckoning and what was the other one? Redemption.
Redemption.
And when she didn't take that, I'm like, can I have that one? I'll take Redemption. But we were opening segment. We'd gone through our stuff. It was like half an hour before we had to like go on, and we had to go get changed and shit. And we just come back through the grill and they're like, hey, we got your new names. It's Mace. And I'm like, cool. Like these are cool. T-Bar, don't get it. And Slapjack. And I'm like, boy.